It's a little low. There we go. Now you can see me. All right. Need to mute this. Not turn it down. And hey, when you pop on, how's your week been? Maybe share a praise. Maybe share a prayer request. There is of course in all the videos we post, we try to keep all the links in there in case you're filtering through one in the week or after the weekend. You can always find a link to like the prayer requests and stuff. So if you got something like that, put that in there. And of course, as always, just wanting to keep everybody in the loop as much as possible. And it's a fun little update because we're actually going to be doing a little bit less this month. Actually, over the next 2 months, we're going to be doing a little bit less, trying to refine a little bit more things. And none of that's really for you to worry about, but a little bit for me to worry about. But I'm hoping that the things we're going to do will be a little bit more impactful with lives, especially just with the season we kind of been rolling through lately. And with that, right, we're talking about November and we're talking about December. Obviously, today is November, and I know that because it's my birthday. So I'm pretty pumped, So for my birthday, I would like you to attend the 10 a.m. message, to hear me speak about Colossians. So that'll be our first look ahead thing today as we're getting started, is that just in an hour we will be kicking off a brand new series through the book of Colossians. And it's been interesting. We have gone now through 4 books of the Bible over the past I guess we started that around the summer of last year, something like that. And I've just grown in such a great appreciation for just, verse by verse. And if you've been at our church any amount of time, I like to preach, verse by verse in whatever passage I'm in. I don't like drawing a bunch of different passages from all over the place. I just don't really feel that's helpful to the text or really what we're getting from the text. But up until probably this year, I've never really done like a verse by verse through an entire book of the Bible. And had a couple friends of mine maybe recommend some of that last year, and I thought, what's a great one? So we've gone through 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and if I'm being honest, I should have continued into Revelation. That would have been fun. But something was just nagging at me about the book of Colossians. And I'll tell you, after my couple weeks of study leading into this, I got to tell you, I think the Spirit was right. So we're excited to kick off chapter 1 today. And swing and a miss on people jumping in this morning, but that's all right. For those of you, obviously maybe all of you that jump in after this video is over, and some of you might actually be on my side. I can only see one at a time. You might be on my Facebook live broadcast. So if you are, I'm sorry, I can't see you. But thanks for being here if you're over there. But yeah, today, 10 a.m., so a little under an hour, we're going to be kicking off Colossians. So, man, here's what you can do for that. One, tune in, right, for my birthday, and that'll be the easiest birthday present ever. And then that way, all I have to get you is like watch one of your Facebook Live videos for your birthday. We'll keep it cheap for each other. And I'm just kind of kidding, but I would love it if you jump online at 10 a.m. Another thing you could do is host a watch party for this message. And always appreciate that. I would encourage, especially if you're a part of our church, think about the people that you're going to maybe ask to come watch this. And I don't know if you've done this. I kind of thought of this earlier this week because I've got other people that I know outside of Southern California that maybe they know somebody that's going to Low Point. And here would be my heart behind it is if you could share with someone this video at 10 and the message at 10, and then just ask this question. Just say, would you mind sharing this, or would you mind inviting someone else to watch with you? Because you can't really do that in in-person gatherings, right? You can't ask your buddy in Colorado to come bring a friend with him to church. You can't even ask that guy to come to church with you. But we can do that through our online medium. that we're in right now. But obviously, right, here's the heart. It's not to get them to continue engaging with our preaching and our ministry all the way over here if you know someone across the U.S., but it would be to maybe help serve them, because I know pastors all over the United States, great guys, just doing kingdom work. And what a cool thing to know that just an invite from an invite lands a guy at a great church in St. Louis, or a great church in Canada, or a great church in Africa, or a great church in the Ukraine. I mean, such a cool time that we're at right now. So 10 a.m., kick out the invites, and then just ask them to invite somebody else, and let them know we're kicking off the book of Colossians this week, and it'll be a fun time. And so, hey, if you're on, so some people are on, but I don't know who you are. You're my mystery shopper, so I appreciate that. But maybe say hello, let us know where you're watching from. The other thing that I wanted to update real quick as well is Wednesdays. Of course, we have our online group through Zoom, and it's exciting because they're actually going to do a couple things in person over the next few weeks. And so, for those of you that are a part of that group, make a note, kind of adjust your schedule, and very excited about that happening. And then what we're going to be doing, so we've had a couples group going for a couple weeks. We've actually now shifted that to Wednesday nights as well, around 7:30, still same time. But now all our groups are going to be on 7:30. Our guys group and our couples groups are actually not going to be meeting until the new year. And really, that's just because of the holiday season, and it's been a little weird. And so what we're actually doing is we're going to have an in-person fellowship. Now, if you've been watching these any amount of time, you know that we've been doing monthly gatherings at the end of the month. And so we're still going to be doing that. But for those of you that have been participating in our couples group or our men's group, I want to encourage you to join us on the 18th of November. The 18th of November, it'll be in the afternoon, and we're going to be meeting in person, having a little bit of a fellowship, and more of a Thanksgiving-y kind of thing. Now, look, what this doesn't mean is that no one else can participate in this. I'm just letting you know this is what we're doing, and want to make sure, again, right, we're looking ahead. So November 18th, my wife and I are going to host a little bit of a Thanksgiving fellowship. And then the week before Christmas, we're going to do something very similar. Now, we're going to try and make the Christmas thing a little bit more thematic, a little more fun, but we got a little bit of time. We're going to hold off on working through a lot of details on that, but I wanted to let you know it's coming. So that Wednesday before Christmas, we're going to be having an in-person gathering as well. So what you should be doing right now is you should be grabbing your calendar, you should be writing that down or plugging it on your MacBook or your PC, and reminding yourself that these dates, November 18th in the afternoon, probably around 6 p.m., we're going to have that fellowship, and we're going to have, it's going to be light desserts, some apple cider, some coffee, some hot cocoa, and some pumpkin pie, and we'll maybe have a few games or something just to keep it light. It's not going to be overly long, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours. But really just to connect with one another, hang out. There's really no agenda other than we want to have a prayer of thanksgiving, say we're thankful for things. We'll have some stuff that'll be fun. And so make plans on being a part of that with us. It'll be a great time to just connect around a great holiday. And, even with the way 2020 has been, it will give us an opportunity to say thanks. And Paul said, be thankful in everything. Miss Debbie, I see you online, always throwing the hearts out. I appreciate that. Thank you for jumping in this morning. We're praying for you and your family. I need to call you guys because I've just been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm going to call you this week and say hello, but thanks for popping on this morning. And then, of course, the end of the month fellowship slash worship service is going to be the last weekend in November. Now, look, I get it. Some of you were traveling, you won't be back in. Please don't, try to jump online if you can. Be kind of cool, if you're traveling, just keep track of the time change. But maybe have a Thanksgiving weekend kind of Bible time at your home church while you're wherever you are for Thanksgiving, if your family's open to that sort of thing. I know not everybody's family's open to that, but if you could squeeze that in, that's always fun. Most importantly, enjoy your family and let them know you're thankful for them. But that's what's coming up for the month of November. It's a little bit of a dialed down month, obviously, because you got family coming in, you're going to see family, but we want to let you know November 18th will be our next gathering. So if you're a part of the couples group, we're not going to be gathering online this Wednesday. If you're planning on coming to some of the guys' fellowship at King's Coffee, we're not going to be doing that really until next year. And so just enjoy this season, plug in online, and then of course if you'd like to do, now the group that is doing the Bible study, they're going to be meeting in person, and they'll be gathering weekly, and so that's going to kind of be our weekly deal. But I hope that you'll take advantage of each of these instances coming up, and we'd love to see you there. So don't forget, and again, 10 o'clock, we're going to be kicking off the book of Colossians. And so now would be a great time to just send that invite over to your friend, your coworker, your family member, and just say, hey man, I don't know if you've got anything going on in the next hour, or later today, if you've got 30 minutes, my pastor's preaching a great message through the book of Colossians. And if you're watching this and you're watching our content online, I think you'd have to agree, like, I'm not bad to listen to, right? so maybe just say that. Say, you know what, my pastor's really not that bad to listen to. Maybe you should check it out. He might accidentally say something. No, don't say that. But thanks so much for jumping online with me today for a look ahead with the pastor. I'm a minute over. I always try to keep these 10 minutes. But God bless. We'll see you at 10. Invite a friend, and we will see you soon. Take care.